Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch that dial. I have a guest today, and I'm telling you, this is one of the best guests that I've had in all my 27 years. I have the council person that represents my ward, the 3rd Ward. That's on Powell Street. She has like the zoo, got a lot of things under her jurisdiction. And I'm telling you, she's a new kid on the block. And let me tell you, she is well armed. She is well armed, just like a fighter, like Rocky. She's right there. She got the education. She got the experience. She got the know-how. And Norristown. It's all about Norristown. And, you know, I'm 92 years old, and I'm getting to the point now that I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, oh, Norristown. Yeah, we're the county seat. I had one of the county commissioners here. We got to work together, okay? All nationalities, all religions, everybody. If you don't like it, get the out. Now, my guest today, Valerie Scott Cooper, MBA. What's MBA stand for?
That actually stands for my graduate degree in Master's of Business Administration.
Oh, boy. Hey, look out there.
And a concentration in human resource management.
Right. Now, my hearing aids, you got to talk to me.
I will.
Right out loud.
I will.
Okay. Now, you tell me something about, I got a beautiful resume here. But, you know, I don't want to talk about how many degrees she has. One guy had so many degrees, they call him Kid Thermometer. You know? But, Valerie, tell me, what are your priorities now as a new council person?
Well, you know, having been born and raised in Norristown, I've seen Norristown.
You hear that? Born and raised in Norristown.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about the county seat. Norristown being a county seat is important. And the county seat should represent a growth, not just growth in the number of people that are living in Norristown, but growth in the economy, bringing businesses back. Because I remember back in the day when we had plenty of businesses on Main Street.
Right. My father had a shoemaker shop. I shined shoes, Main DeKalb Street.
Okay, I remember where that was. But actually, I think that we need to start looking at bringing more businesses. If you bring more businesses to the community, you're also bringing jobs.
Right.
You bring jobs, people feel good about themselves. They start feeling good about their families. They feel good about wanting to plant their feet and stay here. They'll feel good about home ownership. And they'll take that pride into bringing back Norristown and restoring Norristown to be a vital place to live.
Good. You know, tell me your background. I know we touched on it, but just tell me a little bit more about your background as far as education.
Okay, went to Norristown Area High School. It wasn't this beautiful building.
Norristown High School?
Norristown High School.
We're from Norristown. Norristown, that's where the best teams are. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go ahead.
Okay, after I graduated from Norristown, I went to Montgomery County Community College. From there.
I'm a graduate community college.
Are you?
Right,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Science course, first graduating class.
Okay. And then I went from there, went to Eastern.
We have a lot in common.
Yes, we do.
Go ahead.
Being born and raised here, Norristown High,
Right.
Montgomery
Well,
County
I was
Community
born in
College.
Brooklyn. That's the only
Oh,
thing.
okay. Okay. And then I went on to Eastern University, where I got Eastern University in Wayne, St. David's.
Okay.
On the main line. Off of Lancaster Avenue. And I went there and finished up and got my degree there, undergraduate. And I left there and I was working the whole time. You know, who says you cannot work and have a family and still go back to school? It can be done because I did it.
Yeah, right,
and then after I graduated from Eastern University, I worked a little bit more, and then I went back to grad school and graduated from University of Phoenix with my Master's of Business Administration, concentration in HR management. So that's my background. I think that background is varied, and it gives me the opportunity to be able.
It has a lot to do with money.
It does. But it also has a lot to do with people and learning about people. You know, HR management, you're dealing with people. And in my profession that I've had over the last few years, you tend to learn to work with people. You have to listen to find out what's going on. You don't always
90%
just talk.
listening, 10% talking.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you have a good listening skill As a council member now, it's going to afford me the opportunity to talk to people and hear their concerns.
Right.
And not just put my concerns out there, but actually listen to the residents of my
Right,
district
right.
and in Norristown.
But I think, there's so much can be done in Norristown. Norristown had all these businesses. My father had a shoemaker shop on Main DeKalb Street. We had Woolworth, Grant's. We had Kresge's 5 and 10 cent stores, Novell's. We had everything, And Norristown was known as the gateway to Valley Forge.
Absolutely.
There was nothing over there in Upper Merion.
Absolutely.
They had one chief of police. I think he was half bombed after the time, But that's all they had there. And now all of a sudden, but we're still the county seat.
Absolutely.
We got the river. We got 422. We got 202. We got the bicycle trail.
Absolutely.
We got so many things. We're a gem between Gettysburg and Philadelphia.
Yes,
we got
are.
everything.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
And
do.
all it has to do, and I always say, Norristown is like a beggar sitting on a pot of gold. And we're going to have to start picking the gold and start spending, but making money. Now, we have to find a way to make money.
I agree.
Not fines and not code enforcement fines. We got to find way, entertainment or whatever it may be. That's where you come in.
Right.
You, background is finance. The commissioner I had here right there, Joe Gale, he has a background in finance. So we got county working together. He said he wants to meet with the Norristown people. He's new.
Yes,
you know,
he is.
just like the rookie cop.
Yes.
When I worked in Norristown, the rookie cop used to try all the doors. He would get more, he would find more crooks than the guy that sits back, been there 20, 30 years. He goes,
Right.
we'll take care of it.
Because
So-
he's gung-ho.
Right,
He's
right.
gung-ho.
You're going to be gung-ho.
And that's how I'm going to be. I plan
be
to be
Rocky.
gung-ho.
Boom, boom.
Just like Rocky, exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's just important to be able to go out, like you say, get new businesses, bring the money to Norristown, let Norristown thrive again. And the way we do that is, well, one of the things we have to do also, Hank, is we have to beautify Norristown. As you're driving down Main Street, that Main Street, DeKalb Street, Swede Street area should be beautiful. It should be lights. It should be trees. It should be a lot of greenery. And we need, and if you ride through a town that doesn't have that vibrant look, when you have a business who is thinking about coming here, the first thing they're going to say is, this doesn't look like a place that's going to thrive, because you don't have that vitality, you don't have that corridor that looks, you're driving through Norristown,
right.
that is going to be a thriving community.
You don't want to stop.
Exactly.
You want to keep riding.
Exactly. And this way, if you have small businesses,
All right.
you
Here's
have
what
things to do,
You
they
got it
will
right.
want to stop.
You got it right. Now, here's what we do. Go down Swede Street, turn left on Lafayette, get to the corner of Lafayette and DeKalb, stop there, and look at the railroad crossing bridge. Ugly. Paint, it's not painted, it's ugly.
It is.
Why?
It
The
is.
railroad is responsible. Why did they have ugly-looking old paint there?
I think, again,
Pull them
that-
up, paint that bridge.
Right. I agree. I think, again, we're looking at beautification. It doesn't just mean the trees and the ground and the sidewalks. It also means the buildings and whatever infrastructure is
right.
there. When it comes to places like DeKalb and Lafayette, that could be spruced up so beautifully.
Right,
You can really spruce it up. So those are some of the things that Norristown Council is looking at, trying to beautify Norristown.
Well, let me give you a tip. You are educated.
Yes.
Okay? And sometimes educated people around them get jealous. Now, I don't want that to happen.
Right.
There might have some council people that are not maybe high school graduates.
Mm-hmm.
They may say, oh, but I want you to be able to blend these people. Help, let's educate each other so we can move forward. You know, that's
Right.
the problem. You know, you get one person is so educated, everybody starts shying away from them. You know,
Right.
so you got a nice and easy. What do you think? Well, I think that's a good idea. Let's that's the approach. Because they, we want to do this here because can't do that.
Exactly.
Because everybody freezes.
Right.
Maybe that's why we had. When I was a rookie policeman in Norristown, we had 12 councilmen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the police station was downstairs,
Yes.
and they were counseling. We had to go up and stop them from fighting.
Right.
I mean, they were
wow.
fist fighting.
Yes,
You know.
and that shouldn't happen.
No,
That really
no,
shouldn't happen.
No.
But when it comes to trying to get people to come together, one of the things that I used to do with my family is we would actually get together, sit around a table like this,
Right.
and list pros and cons. What's the benefit of doing it this way, and what's the detriment of doing it this way? Let's look at it realistically.
They had input.
Have input, everyone to have input, so
Right.
that you can sit around, and you have to be able to listen to people.
Right.
You have to be able to understand where they're coming
Right,
from.
right.
They may have a valid reason for thinking the way they think.
Right, right.
And you have to be able to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're doing this for a reason.
Right.
But you have to come together and come to terms on issues. You have to come together.
Right.
If you don't come together, there'll be fist fighting, like you
Right.
said, like
That's
they did
right.
back in the day.
Tell me about it. All right, now we have some questions from some people in the audience. Okay. Now, what do you think? I'm going to let you read this out. What's that say?
Okay. What do you see as the best thing that Norristown has to offer? The best thing that Norristown has to offer, I'm going to say the people. And the reason why I say that, you have a lot of people in Norristown.
Because Hispanic.
Exactly. You have a group in Norristown that is Hispanic on the west end of town. They have come to start to vitalize that area
Right.
because they're putting their roots here. And when people decide to plant their feet and stay here, we the people are the ones that are the best resource in Norristown.
Right, right.
So we have to tap the different groups in Norristown. We don't shy away from them. We have to tap their potential,
right,
their
right.
interests, their ideas, and let's all come together and make Norristown a better place to live.
I think. All right, now, here's another one. This guy's up in the balcony up there.
Okay? What are your priorities for your first year? That's a good question. I have so many things that I want to do, but I think my priority is going to be to help people get jobs. And that means to bring businesses to Norristown.
Right.
A town cannot thrive if you're going to be going to Philadelphia, to King of Prussia,
Right.
to Plymouth Meeting. You have to have businesses in town in order for it to thrive. When you have businesses in town, that also means they're paying taxes. They're putting their money into Norristown. And so in order for Norristown to start thriving and being a better place, we can always make it better. I don't care how good it is.
Right, right.
You can always make it better. And to make it better means you have to start bringing some more businesses. There are so many buildings that are boarded up or just not thriving the way they used to. We have to bring people in here
Right.
who want to see Norristown thrive. And that means bringing their businesses here. That means helping the residents perhaps get better
We
jobs.
have a theater. That theater brings people in, you know. People go to
Absolutely.
theater. They like to go to a
Absolutely.
restaurant, so we bring a restaurant
Absolutely.
in. We bring a theater
Absolutely.
in. We bring transportation. We got a casino, you know, not too far away.
That's true.
It's a wonder we don't have a shuttle bus going from Norristown over there.
Yeah,
you know, A
absolutely.
little something. But these are things.
Absolutely.
We go over there. Right
Everything's
now,
there.
this casino is giving money to the Upper Merion because they're in Upper Merion.
Right.
Hey, Norristown's the county seat. I had them give a little money here. They can help us out. They one time they paid for the fireworks, $10,000
Okay.
for the fireworks.
Okay.
Well, and now I just read in the paper where somebody donated $3 million to the zoo to build a house for animals. Okay, I love animals, but $3 million for a house for an animal. How about the animals in Norristown? We don't have animals in Norristown. I'm sorry. I'm worse than this. If you give $3 million to animals, where do I stand? I don't know. Please, I don't want to hear send me letters about that. I don't like. I love animals, and we'll talk about the zoo later.
Well, the zoo actually can be a viable way to bring money to Norristown.
Right, but
I
it's-
don't know exactly how that is yet, but being it is in my district,
It
that's,
don't make-
that's something I would like to look into.
No, it don't. Well, that's another thing we have to look into. We have a zoo in Norristown that has 52 acres, don't pay taxes, don't pay rent, and it's called Elmwood Park Zoo. Now, all I'm saying is, it used to be the Norristown Zoo. It was free, so I don't know. If there is money to be made, if somebody donates $3 million to the zoo, how about Norristown?
Right.
We got a lot of
Norristown.
houses in Norristown that could fix up for $3
Right.
million. But take care of the animals. I'll take care of them. Okay. Well, it's your ward. You have a right to look and see who lives here, who's paying, who's
Absolutely.
riding free.
Absolutely,
Okay?
absolutely.
I have a handicap because I have 2 hip replacements and a lot of other things, you know. And I have a handicap. I had to pay $325 for a handicap space and $35 a year rent. And that's only car length, and I'm paying. The zoos get 52 acres.
Well, that's
Well,
something.
I'm going to put a little hot dog stand out there and make some money. They're doing.
Well, I'm going to look into that because that's a good thought. You know, when you have that much land sitting right in Norristown, in the heart of Norristown, actually.
heart? Oh, my
In
God.
the heart of Norristown. Let's
Well,
find
all
out
right.
if there's something that can be done. Who knows?
You know, I'm going to make a fighter out of you. I'm your manager in the corner.
That sounds
okay?
good. That
All
sounds
right,
good.
now, what are your? I'm going to tell what your greatest strength.
What are your greatest strengths? Well, I thi-
Family.
well, besides family is definitely my greatest strength. You know, I have 3 sons, and I love them dearly.
Tell me
and-
about your sons.
Well, my oldest son is Michael, and he is a DJ. He's a professional DJ.
What?
And he's
Yeah,
married.
a DJ.
A DJ.
Does
Disc
he
jockey.
sing?
He does not sing, but he's the best DJ in town. Trust
yeah?
me. He's actually the best DJ on the East Coast.
Can he come over here and do something for me?
He certainly could.
I don't know. We'll talk to him, man. Talk to him. Go ahead.
And he's married to
We'll
his
get
beautiful.
John Doyle on him.
Yeah, there you go. He's married to a beautiful woman, Katrina, my only daughter.
What's her name?
Katrina.
Hey, the Hurricane Kid.
Hurricane Katrina.
I
And
like
then I
that.
have 2 other sons.
We got to put, when we say, what's her name?
Katrina.
Think something. I know it's sad. A lot of things. I know I have a friend of mine was a judge in New Orleans, and I used to go and visit him. The water was in his house in the living room that high,
Right.
and he had to move out, you know.
Right.
But there's a lot of sad stories about that. But when we say that name, let's say something cheer. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Well,
enough
she is
depressing things.
She is a very, very asset, a very big, huge asset to my son. They make a great couple. And then I have a middle son, John. He is an algebra teacher in Baltimore.
What's he do?
He teaches algebra at high school in Baltimore.
He teaches.
Teaches algebra. High school algebra.
They still do algebra?
Yeah, Hank, you have to
I
still
thought
do
the computers
algebra.
knocked that out of business.
No, you still have to do algebra. And then my youngest son actually lives in Vegas, and he is a music teacher in Vegas.
Oh my God! Can he help me sing?
I don't know. He
Hey, gombari, si sonari, si sona, biscoletto.
He can help you play the piano. How about that?
Biscoletto, tippity, tippity, tap, pop, pop.
But he teaches piano in
Piano,
piano
wow.
and French horn.
I can't do that.
And French horn.
All right, now, what will be your biggest challenge as a council member?
My biggest challenge is probably going to be to fill the shoes of my prior, the person who, Linda.
Yeah.
Because she had a rapport with the people in the district.
Right.
And so it's going to be up to me to get with them to understand that, let them understand that I will be there. I will be their spokesperson. I will take their calls and their emails, and I will find answers. If I don't have the answers, I will find the answers. So I think my biggest challenge is once you go into a position like council, 3rd District, and the prior person did so much for the district, I want to make them a believer out of me that I will do as well, if not better, because my goal is to help people. I've always done that all my life.
Right.
If you look at my resume, that's what I do.
I know, great.
That's what I do. So
Your help
they-
here, your Cinderella Foundation, your help with the Single Parent Foundation Director, Norristown NACP, and the Health Committee Chair.
And all of that is voluntary.
Deal,
So how do
right.
I have time to do that? I find time to do that because you do find time to do what you
Let me
really
tell
like
you,
doing.
If I don't want to be bragging on it, but if I ever got paid for the amount of volunteer work I did in my life,
You'd be rich?
oh my God. But I'm happy the way it is,
Exactly,
you know.
exactly.
I don't know. I've married 60 years, and I just lost
Oh,
my
what?
wife last month.
Oh,
So,
I'm so
but
sorry. I did
I'm
not
going
know
to
that.
continue on. I can continue on.
Very
All right,
good.
what can we do to deal with a negative reputation of Norristown?
That's another good question. I think one of the things we need to do to help turn that perception around is to start advertising more about what Norristown is doing.
Right.
We always hear what's happening when the negativity, when something happens in terms of someone getting shot, or when you look at how many homes may be in foreclosure, or how many businesses have left Norristown. Let's go and publicize what we have done and what our plans are and the steps we're taking to turn Norristown around. The only way you can turn a negative idea around is to show the positive. So we have to start really highlighting the positive, not just in the Norristown Times Herald, but also on social media. Social media is huge today.
A lot of people.
And so if they know what the plans are, I think that's the way to turn people around. And to, as you mentioned also, to start bringing restaurants here and plays, and let Norristown be a place where a couple can go out and have dinner in Norristown instead of leaving Norristown.
I mentioned to council, and they said they would look into it. I don't know. Well, when I was a county detective, I was had opportunity to travel different cities, and I remember a couple police officers in the distant towns out west said that the police officers, none of them lived in Norristown. Same thing in Norristown here. None of the police live in Norristown. They don't live. When I was a policeman, you had to live in Norristown, 3 square miles, 60 police officers. We bumped into each other. The thieves couldn't come around because we were, I had the women crossing guards all dressed like police officers. So when people come through this town, they said, oh my God, there are all these cops. So they give a tax break to policemen if they come live in Norristown. Now, I mentioned that, and one of the council persons said that, oh, no, we'd have to give it to the firemen. No, you don't have to. You designate for safety. I would be only too happy to pay $5 extra, whatever it is, to have a policeman live in the town. Because snowstorm, if it's 15 miles out, he's got to take care of his own family. He's going to leave through the snow. He can't get here.
Right.
So that's one thing. Now, I think that can be done. Another thing is, the new chief of police, nice guy and everything, he's motivating, a lot of different things, but I still like community policing. I like policemen walking the beat. They don't have to be walking midnight, having on patrol, but during the day, when we got people in the courthouse walking around here, and they see a policeman, it should be in the daytime, at least, okay? At nighttime patrol. We got motorcycles, we got bicycles, I want them to be visible.
Right.
They got to be out there.
Right.
Or that, or else put a Dunkin' Donuts in Centertown. No, they used to say that there when the chief of police, I remember the chief of police, Riley, says, look, he says, you guys, I want you to cover the town. I don't want to, or I'm going to open a Dunkin' Donuts every corner so you guys will get out, you know. But all right, now, what are the biggest issues that need to be addressed in Norristown? You know, ladies and gentlemen, now, she just came in office, so, you know, she hasn't seen everything, but she lives here, she knows. But I'm hitting her questions now that maybe a seasoned, somebody's been in there 15 years, maybe could answer.
Well,
but I think I like to hear your rookie.
Well, you know, when you ride through the streets of Norristown.
When you what?
When you ride through the streets of Norristown,
right.
You see homes that are vacant, boarded up. You get people who are moving from Norristown for whatever reason. Could be a variety of reasons. But I think one of the things that we need to do is when we bring back the businesses and being able to thrive, you're going to bring back residents who want to live here and stay here. I think one of the major concerns that we have in Norristown, because that affects our taxes. We don't have the income coming in if we have a lot of rental properties. And the way you're going to get people who want to come back and live here, or even new people to come here, is make it a thriving community in more ways than one. You have the businesses, you have the restaurants, you have hotels, you know, theaters. You have all of that. That means the money that's going to be spent is going to stay in Norristown. So I believe those are the kind of things that are big concerns.
Keep the town clean, keep the town safe, and
Absolutely.
people will come here.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to talk, you know, President Truman says, what's new? The history you haven't read. Now, They say, well, Hank Cisco, years ago when you were a policeman, it was different. Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of things that we did that was good. One thing I remember, I worked along when I was in charge of safety patrol, crossing guards and all, and public relations. And Pete Lewis was in charge. He was a safety, and he was a coordinator for the schools. And we had a week. We called it Paint Up, Fix Up, Clean Up. And we got little papers we sent to all the kids that the one designated week.
Right.
And these kids took this paper home, tell them, clean the sidewalk,
Right.
do this here. And then they took it home, especially today, where we have Hispanics, people that don't speak the language, but the kids can come home and tell and show the parents.
Right.
So each one will take care. So let's designate one clean up, fix up, clean up week.
Yeah.
And coordinate with the schools.
Absolutely, and I don't think it needs to be just 1 week out the year, because you can
Well,
make
start it.
you can make it a fun activity for the kids. You know, you get everyone the T-shirts, the same T-shirts, same colorful T-shirts, clean up day or what have you, and you get pizza afterwards, and you teach them not only to keep your neighborhood clean, but how to work together, how to do something together. So I think that's a great idea.
Well,
I think
now,
we should.
I didn't want the fact that district attorney's office, I thought it was a good program, where they had them, prisoners or whatever going around cleaning the streets.
Right.
We didn't need that, because then
Right.
we find out some of them were doing some extra activities while
Right.
they were on the street. So
I
we
think
don't do
your
that.
idea
We
is
want
a good one.
that want to help the town,
Right.
okay?
Just because they live here.
All right, and
Right.
you know what?
What?
The half hour is over.
Is it?
Let me tell you, this has been one of my best half
I
hours,
have
you know.
enjoyed it.
And let's say that we're going to work together. You're going to work together with council. You're going to work together with the county.
Absolutely.
You have all the tools, and you have
Absolutely.
the initiative to do it. Okay?
Absolutely.
You're not a phony baloney.
No,
you're
I'm not.
here.
I'm
Honest,
who I am.
Okay. You got a
Absolutely.
good background. You got a good family.
Yes.
What else? And that's your good example.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on your show.
Well, you come back here anytime. In fact, I want a representative from council and the county.
Okay.
So we can keep it until
Absolutely,
we
keep
can
it going.
say we're from Norristown.
Norristown.
That's where the best
Fleas
fleas are.
are.
Okay. So
Thank
Valerie,
you so much.
God bless you.
Thank you. And God bless you as
we're
well.
gonna,
Thank you.
Hey, and Merry Christmas.
Merry
too. I don't
Christmas
want
to
hear
you.
it. I said, okay.
Now, Merry Christmas to
Don't
you as
get
well.
mad at me. I say Merry Christmas. Okay.
Merry Christmas,
And
Hank.
so I want to thank you for allowing us to come into your home, and happy holidays. And I think it was Roy Rogers that said happy trails.
Yes.
So God bless each and every one. And until we meet again, keep bobbing and weaving. Okay.
Thank
Valerie,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.